Hey, what's up guys, this is Skyforce95 here reviewing Enfonie's water-resistant Bluetooth speaker. Here it costs normally around $30 off Amazon. I believe it's no longer listed, but I'll put an equivalent or even better Bluetooth speaker around this price point down in the description for you guys to check out. But I've already done an unboxing video. If you guys are interested, you can check it out in the link in the description as well, and also at the end of this video. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right into this review. So this is a Bluetooth speaker, so it pairs as you would normally. Turn it on, get into the Bluetooth settings of your phone, find it, it's called F5, and then you just connect to it. It has clearly laid out controls here at the top of the speaker. You see the power button, you have the multifunction button for pause, play, pick up phone calls, end calls, and you also have your skip tracks and also your volume controls here as well. One thing to point out is that you can't summon any kind of voice assistant like Siri or the Google Assistant with this thing, but you can again pick up phone calls because it has this microphone right here. The buttons are raised and clearly labeled, so there's no problem finding which button's which, but I do wish that they were easier to press. I find that I had to put a significant more force than I would with any other Bluetooth speaker, but that's probably because it's water resistant. So now briefly talking about the water resistance of this thing, it's listed as IPX65, so it's splash proof, and just kind of, if you put it on the side of say your sink or the side of the pool, you should be okay, but you don't really want to submerge it as I did here. I wanted to see just how well it could withstand water. Sometimes, you know, they have these ratings, but they can actually supersede that. But unfortunately, that's not the case here. I dunked it in a sink full of water just for a couple seconds, and I could already hear the music cracking. So I immediately took it out, and actually afterwards you could hear this water inside there. So that probably wasn't a great idea. Here on the side, it has a flap to help with the waterproofness. It's covering up several ports here, so you have two additional options for music input. You can use your traditional auxiliary cable if you so choose, and you can even hook it up with a micro SD card if you have songs loaded up to that, if anybody still actually does that. But I found that these two options don't work very well. You can see the color here on the LED indicators change when the music input source is different. So you can see it briefly turned green when I put in the SD card, but I found that it doesn't really stay on there very well, so that's not really a good option. And neither is the auxiliary cable option, because whenever I plug it in, I get this really weird hissing sound and it breaks up all the time. So really the most viable option is the Bluetooth. Other ports under this flap include a input micro USB for charging and an output full-size USB to output charge to charge your other devices if you really needed to. But I found that when I tried to charge my other devices, it just simply didn't work. So I think there's a lot of quality issues with this speaker, but at least it can charge. Thank God. But despite these issues, a redeeming factor is actually its long-lasting battery life. It has an incredibly long standby time. It says it has a playback time of 6 to 7 hours, depending, of course, on the volume that you play music through it. But I found that it lasts a lot longer than advertised, so that's always a good thing. And another thing that surprised me for the price range anyway is the sound quality. It's actually clearly stereo, and I can hear the differentiating left and right. It's not hugely enormous, but it's really impressive for this price range. So this speaker clearly has its flaws, but as a Bluetooth speaker, it actually performs very well in its fundamental aspects. So it has pretty decent sound, it has good Bluetooth connectivity, it has pretty darn good battery life, and it is water resistant as advertised. So it's actually a pretty decent speaker for the price. It just, nothing about it makes it stand out around the pack. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like, it'd be greatly appreciated, and make sure to subscribe to my channel Skyforce95 if you haven't already to get more content like this. Or if you're watching this on Amazon, head over to my channel URL right here, or just search it up on YouTube Skyforce95. There you'll see a bunch of my product reviews and unboxings. Feel free to browse, or if you want to search for something specific, just hit that search field. That'll do it for this video. This is Skyforce95. Thanks for watching.